Get up, Canada. Get the fuck up, Canada, bitch.
What's up?
Okay,
Yes.
we're BB Can 10. Welcome back to the Reality Kingdom. We put the real in reality or whatever. Period. I'm your host, Lee. We're joined by Pharaoh, Josiane, and Bettio today.
Period.
How y'all doing?
Great. Amazing.
Feeling 10 out of
Fabulous.
10.
Yeah.
Period.
Okay.
Feeling like ourselves.
This is one of my favorite BB Can seasons. Yes. So I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to represent 10 out of 10.
I feel like Josiane says every time she on here.
I was finna say, so is this top 5? What do you mean by favorite? Do you mean top 5?
Okay.
Top 2, top 1?
I could be jumping ahead, but do I think Kevin Jacobs is one of the best winners of all franchises of Big Brother? Absolutely.
No
Absolutely.
I'll allow it.
And I like a lot of people on the cast. I have had the pleasure of meeting, kikiing, and partying with some of the people on this cast.
Period.
So I like a lot of people, and a lot of people like me, and I like the season,
Period.
and I like the winner. So
Period. Okay, she got the exclusive VIP.
I agree though. Like
I
Kevin, I did not think I was gonna like Kevin preseason, but then when I actually saw him in action, I was like, wait, so you're giving us TV and you're a good player? Oh,
he was the
absolutely.
last person we drafted when we drafted.
Literally,
this was our first ever season.
We were dragging the fuck out of Kevin preseason because
And rightfully so.
like, it wasn't giving. Like I think everyone was at the time because it was like, what is
he was acting the
doing there?
fool on that camera. He was acting the fool on that preview camera of introducing who they are. No, like
I just thought, like, of course it's not gonna work because he wants to come in and be this big character. I'm thinking like it's just gonna rub people the wrong way. It didn't fit like the archetype style.
Yeah,
but then he comes in and he literally becomes one of the best winners of all time.
He did that to get on the show. No shade.
I will say I also did a draft for this season. And my draft was quite sickening. I had 4 people. I will not mention the 4th because it's not important. But I did have Kevin, Josh, and Helena in my draft. I was sickening. Season 10. Y'all can tell me nothing. I was
you were tearing it.
You were tearing it. I'm gonna let you have that.
But was Betty in your 4? Did someone take her?
No, Betty was not in my 4.
I feel like it's one of the white girls.
No, I think I would have to double check. I think it might have been a guy.
Even worse.
Right.
All I know is I didn't have Martin. Let me tell y'all something before we even begin. Me and Martin have beef. His name's Marty, but I called him Martin all season BB Can 10, and I will continue to do so.
What that mean?
So just know when I'm saying Martin, I'm talking about Marty.
Oh, you saying Marty in French?
Marty.
No.
Well, no.
No, that's not the equivalent, but that was my French name for him all season. And
okay. It's a designated.
So no one correct me in the comments talking about it's Marty. No, I know. There's a reason I call him Martin.
Period. No, this season is very nostalgic for me because this was our first ever season that we've ever done. It was
it was our very first season.
Yeah. Take this down. No.
This is our week 1 recap of BB Can 10.
This looks the full.
Y'all.
This looks the full.
Y'all.
Shout out to us having the actual like number grid of our ratings though. Like we were doing big.
I mean, we were trying, bitch. We were trying. We were getting it out the mud. Okay?
Well, you always have to start somewhere. So
yeah, we got to start somewhere. We grew.
Look, I was there too, but behind the screen watching.
Period.
Very quiet.
Yes. This is when people thought we were Canadian. I
thought
we don't look Canadian.
People thought we were Canadian at first.
We kind of look Canadian here.
Girl, what? No. What's that even mean?
Everyone said we look Canadian. I'm just trying to.
Some people do look Canadian.
I'm trying to. Some people look Canadian.
What?
Like
Josiane, you don't think people look?
You look Canadian.
Well, obviously when I'm wearing this, but like if I'm not wearing it, like
looks Canadian down.
Like it's like for me, it's kind of like once you confirm you're Canadian, it's like that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I think it's a personality thing or a accent look.
Yeah, they always call me out on saying story, so
people definitely sound Canadian. But people look Canadian too. Is that crazy? No one looks American to you.
There's not. Canada already has there's so much diversity in Canada that you can't really say like this person looks Canadian. Like I can look at an American and go, you're American.
But I feel like as an American, when I see a full collage of the BB Can cast versus a BB US cast, there's like a clear difference in like I feel like the appearance. I don't know. It feels like an international type of. It doesn't feel like American. Like
that's not an American cast. That's not a US cast.
Yeah, but that's because of the diversity. But you can't sit here and say, "Oh, they look the same." Oh, they got
BB 23. BB 23 doesn't look like this.
What?
Yeah.
Like I feel like it's hard to explain because I feel like it's a mind thing. But like, there's a segregation in my mind. It truly is. Like these people look Canadian.
I feel like Canadians look happier. I feel like Canadians have more vibrancy. Like, and it's not even no shade. It's just there's like something.
Yeah, we don't got the same problems y'all do, unfortunately.
Damn. Something about this person, like they love that they're here. And then when you see an American cast, it's like, I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy.
I don't think people I love Big Brother Canada, and it's big for within the community that it's in. But I don't think, I mean, you can, but I don't think most people are going, I'm going to apply for Big Brother Canada to get some clout or like get a bunch of followers. Yeah. Like I won't say that maybe that doesn't cross some people's minds, but I feel like that's a big thing in the US. It's really recruit heavy, and the recruits don't even do their homeworks. Like it's a bit weird. It's a bit weird.
No shade. I like this cast though.
No, it was a really, really good cast. They were really interesting and dynamic together. Like I remember before I kind of like did a deep dive recently to prepare for this, I didn't recall some of the big moments. And then like going through the seasons, I was going through some of my old tweets. I went through some of our old recaps, and I was like, this is a chaotic ass season. Like there's so many things that go on. Like, and then you have someone like Kevin in the center just like controlling it all. It was a really good watch. And I feel like I definitely see Kevin as one of the best because the way that he was able to control the chaos that happens in this season, it was a masterclass. It truly was.
Truly. I agree.
I love that you guys talked about how nostalgic it made y'all feel, because like in thinking of that, it also made me nostalgic because I think that was the first time I had like ever interviewed anyone from reality TV as well. So I think just seeing your pictures and stuff just reminded me of that like first time and that joy and like feeling a part of a community, and I feel like ingratiated into this like community more. So yeah, it's making me actually really like emotional in a really nice way. So I'm really happy to be here even more now.
Josiane, I actually knew you before the Royal Court because I remember you interviewing people for season 12, and I'm like, wait, Josiane is in the Royal Court. I was so excited. I was like, okay, celebrity, like you're turning into a now.
I wouldn't say celebrity, but BBK 10 was definitely, I think, the first time I interviewed a winner. Like I remember interviewing Kevin vividly. Like I remember how happy he was and like how ecstatic he was, and like just like I think Herman was one of my first deep dives. Like it's all coming back to me a little bit. I'm like, whoa, like
even that, like our first ever collaboration with anybody on any TV show was Moose from this season.
No way.
We reached out to him. We did a whole week by week recap with him. It was like, it's just weird. Even Summer's been on our podcast, 2-3 times.
Yeah.
Like, we've had
I love
much connection with this.
Don't get me started on the Queen Summer.
I love Summer so bad.
There are people you meet in these spaces, like in person or online, but Summer, like Betty, Summer, and Josh, I remember vividly just like making me feel so included in certain situations. Like I love them down. Like this cast is so excellent, like so excellent. I see Jay a lot now too. Like, yeah, this is an excellent cast.
This cast is really down to earth. Like, just to piggyback off what you said, Summer follows me on my personal Instagram. Kevin follows me on my personal Instagram. Josh follows me on my personal Instagram. Like, they actually make you feel like a human, not like, oh, I'm on a show and you're just watching me. You know, it really does feel like a natural connection. Just beautiful cast. Shout out to all of them except except 3 of them. But
I was
let's
thinking
name them.
I was like, now do I like all of them?
Let's name them, because no shade. I remember during the season, I went through some of my cheats, baby. I did not like Jason Lynn during this season. But I think if I was a heavy Summer stan, and it was the whole Sino versus Jason Regina thing. I was Team Summer. I didn't like Stephanie. She was just there for me. Didn't like Helena. I'm not gonna lie. Helena. She frustrated me a lot.
Oh, okay. We're gonna talk about that later.
I feel like I'm like one of the only people who think like I really don't mind Helena. I know she's like,
I don't mind Helena.
People say that she played a rat game, but like, okay, that's just part of the game. Like, I mean, she got Final Four. She worked with Kevin. Like, I don't know. I feel like she's overhated. Like, I don't know. I thought I was the only one. That's why I never brought it up. Any conversation with people.
I don't think what Helena does, okay, like not to compare her to Kevin, but I have to. That's like the big final 2. But there's nothing crazy that she does beyond something that Kevin does, beyond what Josh does in certain situations as well. Like, I don't know. Like, if you don't like her personality, okay, but she's a good game player. Like, you have to give her that. Like,
it's more so like, when I'm talking to my friends, I'm going to judge them harder. Like, I wanted to root for Helena. So when she was making the decisions, I'm like, you're frustrating the fuck out of me. So during the season, I was definitely annoyed. It reminded me of T-Core. Not the same, not exactly the same, obviously, but the feeling I had about T-Core, the frustration of, girl, do something, is kind of the similar frustration I had with Helena. I'm like, girl, I would love for you to do great. You're kind of iconic, but you're just sitting here and allowing Kevin to eat you the fuck up. No shade. But Kevin,
and that's what they were all doing to an extent.
Yeah.
That's why I think Helena, like during our recaps, I think Helena and Josh, they got a lot of the brunt of our like negative critiques, because it was like, we had the bird's eye vision. So of course we're discussing it from that POV, but we understood that essentially at the end of the day, they were playing Kevin's game, and both of them had so much agency at certain times in the game. I feel like that could have made Kevin the backseat player, but both of them would, you know, I feel like throw allies under the bus, vote allies out, turn on people for the sake of Kevin, which, I mean, Kevin is literally one of the best. So it's like, I can't judge them for being persuaded by him. It's just, I remember watching live feeling like, especially someone like Josh, because I really enjoyed Josh, I just wanted him to like take control over his game, because it was so obvious that he was losing when they got to the end.
I would like to clarify something. When someone said they don't like, they were talking about JC Lynn, not Jess, as in they them. I'm seeing a lot of the comments saying Jess. We didn't talk about Jess.
We haven't even spoke about Jess.
Oh no. But I don't like Jess.
Oh. Then I take back what I said.
I do agree.
I want to add one thing about Helena. I think Helena's jury management was flawed because a lot of people did not like her.
Yeah.
So I see it from that perspective, but I don't think she was fully playing for Kevin necessarily. Like, I feel like a lot of the moves, like Kevin and Helena. Oh, okay. Well, we'll get into that. But but I feel like they kind of work together. I think Kevin is a better player than Helena. I don't doubt that. But I think Helena and Kevin just worked well together. I don't think she was working for him. It didn't look good that she was kneeling down, praying for him not to leave the house in that one task, I remember. And people were always talking about that. And I was like, damn, it really doesn't look good for her. Like, she's like on her knees praying for him to stay in the house. Like, he's not going anywhere, Helena. Please don't do that.
She cares.
But that's the thing. There's
like Helena that kind of does it to themselves in a way, because like literally I'm watching through the episodes, and during, I believe it was the triple. Yeah, the first part of the triple, when Gino went home, she was talking to JC Lynn, and she was like, oh, well, I'm your number one. I'm definitely going to keep him. But, I mean, if Kevin goes another way, I'm going to have to listen to Kevin. And, well, Kevin does these things, and no one cares when Kevin does it. It's like, I feel like she put herself in a position to where she was Kevin's lackey in a way. and because she would only move on Kevin's time. At least that's what she presented to the people. So it is hard to differentiate. I feel like her good gameplay because I feel like a lot of it was to the benefit of Kevin.
Can I ask, were y'all watching feeds at this point?
Yeah,
we were. She was. I remember being very impressed, and I remember being frustrated because of how impressed I was. I'm like, it was a positive frustration. Well, there's no such thing, but it was like I see so much hope in you, and you could win the game. But every move, like Lisa, to me, every move felt like this is a move that's going to help Kevin win the game over you instead of you win the game over Kevin. When it just didn't feel like it had to be that way. It was so weird. I would like to see her play again, though. I like her.
Yeah, I want to see it.
Yeah, I like her strategically. Yeah.
I don't. Before we get into the weeks, can we talk about like the before season, like with Kyle and his lore and his tea?
Girl, because he was a replacement, wasn't he?
What?
Wasn't he a replacement or something? Or
no? So the season before, or like 2 seasons ago, whatever season they had another.
It was last season. Yeah, it was the Kyle who was.
They thought he was going to be on season.
You're right.
9, and so everyone was like, "This is the Kyle. It's going to be on season 9. This is the."
You're right.
And people got excited, and then lo and behold, it wasn't, and he didn't even know about the show. He gets into the show, and then he auditions, and then he's in season 10. Now, I'm going to get to him during his HOH.
Girl.
But I will say, it is annoying that someone just randomly gets on the show because they were misidentified.
I remember that.
I think that's
the girls
kind of camp, but
it would be camp if he wasn't Kyle. Never cast Kyle.
Like it's like
Kyle on the show, get him out. Quickly.
Literally.
No Kyle has ever given us anything good.
Racism.
Only
ever been racism. Only ever been racism.
So
every time.
Yeah, y'all can keep the Kyles. Enough.
Please. And actually, don't name your kid Kyle ever again. What are we doing?
Real?
Thank you.
Do we like Kyle?
Don't name your kid. Don't name your kid Kyle if they're going on Big Brother. That's what it is.
Oh, you know what, Kyle? I'm sorry.
Well, no. On Survivor, I like some of the.
Oh, okay.
Well, there's only one that I.
Okay, then on Big Brother, I'll allow it.
At least Big Brother Canada, no more.
Yeah.
Enough.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Too many. Okay, they both started race wars, so
honestly,
that's enough for me.
What was the guy name on Big Brother 24? That wasn't Kyle.
It was Kyle.
Oh,
yeah.
That's why I said too many.
Wait, but there was another Kyle on Big Brother Canada. On
there's been a lot. There was Jamar's season. There was
Jamar's season.
Before that, like after that, like every Kyle that we've ever had has done us no favors. Like none. Enough. I like to hear.
Okay,
but we can kind of go through the weeks. What were you gonna say?
Nothing.
Oh, I thought somebody said something. My bad. We can go throughout the week. So basically, this is the historic 10th season. They didn't have like a big split the house twist or all of the house guests nominate each other or anything like that. It was kind of like a regular move-in. We see that Jay, they get the first person to answer the phone call, so they get safety for the week. I thought that was cute. There were some things that I thought they would incorporate more. Like the phone call wasn't incorporated as much as I thought it would. Like it's a room with a telephone in it, so I just thought it would be used more. And then I know after the first week, Kevin, because he was on the block, got to open up one of the prize doors and got $500.
Yeah.
And they said it was going to be like a consistent thing, and it didn't seem to be a consistent thing. So I was confused.
It was not a consistent thing. It only opened up again for what? JC Lynn? That was it? That was the only other time?
Well, they did get that competition where the former house guests were in the doors, and some of the reactions. Summer,
that was
girl, fun. Stand up.
Yeah, who is she? Who was it behind the door?
Was it Anthony?
It was either Anthony, Jedson, or Tyshawn.
I thought it was Jedson.
I think it might have been Tyshawn, but I could be wrong.
They was all
Jed.
Jed.
I say I'd do it for all of them.
All of them.
No, but you have to keep your cool. There's something about
no.
You can't.
No,
I won't. I won't.
Okay, Anthony, Jedson, Tyshawn, who fucking you first? Go.
I've met all three, and there are chances I could see them again. So I cannot answer that question.
I'd have the
No.
the easiest. It would be easiest to do the Tyshawn for obvious reasons. But the other two, I think I would choose Anthony. Like if I had the pick of the litter, like he's just so big.
Bro, this is not After Dark.
Tail, what's your answer?
Let's keep it cute.
Like let's have everybody answer. Lee.
This is the BBK retrospective. Let's keep it demure.
Oh please.
Wait, okay. What are the three? Who are the three again?
Anthony, Jess, and Tyshawn.
Okay, let me tell you something about Anthony really quickly. This is not researching on him. This is just me being real. Anthony has an aura about him. Like it's not manufactured. Like it's like there's something about. I'm getting flashbacks to when I interviewed him. Interviews, but there's something about like the way he just like he's like hey Josie, like it's crazy. Like they're like whoa brother, like hold on,
like this is a man.
He has an aura and a presence about him. That's what I'll say.
Okay. I truly can't choose. Like at the same time.
You can't choose
at the same time. Why not?
Just roll it out.
At the same time is okay.
Okay.
That's a lot of.
I have a rating in my mind, but I will not say it on camera. So,
put it in the private chat.
Oh, wait, I'll tell you guys. So number 3.
Nothing new.
I'm not gonna play with you.
Not the technical difficulties, child.
Oh my lord!
And then
I'm gonna keep it to myself.
See, y'all not putting the real reality. Expose yourselves.
No shade.
Again, I just don't want this to be clipped. You guys don't understand the proximity in Canada.
y'all are in the country. I will say.
I'm in the country and I'm in the spaces. Like the last time I saw someone from BB was like last month during the Survivor premiere. So it's a little too frequent. It's a little.
My manager told me that she watches TRK sometimes. So I.
Oh, okay. You gotta let it.
You don't want your manager to know.
BB is one of her shows, so.
Ooh, keep it demure. Well, hey, manager.
She probably like, ooh.
Someone in the comments put my order, but flip it and reverse it. That's what I'll say.
Ooh.
Me looking at it.
I'll allow it.
And then also for this first HOH, I mean, I didn't really love it. Like they kind of broke it down into 3 separate parts, and then it was like
everybody was getting safety.
This is camp though.
It was camp. It was campy.
I
just hate when like not everyone. Like I just wish it was one comp that everyone could compete in. Like I hate that Big Brother always tries to switch up that first HOH. Oh, half people save, these people save, and you get this twist. Like no, just let them pay an HOH. Let's just let it rock from there. But they basically break it down into 3 separate parts, and the winner from each of these parts will compete. Well, they get to choose behind the door. And one of the doors are the HOH, and Herman wins the first HOH, and Josh and Moose both win safety. And I thought that was so cunty because I was like, "Come on, black man! Like y'all really represent it. Like the first HOH is gonna be a black man. Period. Like you bitches eat it up immediately. Okay, I was living for that.
I really liked Herman this season. Like
me too.
I thought he was really fun to watch, and this is why I'm bothered by Jess a little bit because like. I don't know what she saw in the house, but the way she talked about Herman, I don't know.
Gag it.
But I'm watching from behind a screen, so I don't know how it actually felt in the house. But
well, we had feeds as well.
I
a lot of screens.
Digital dailies, but that's not until next season.
I will say Herman, this sets the precedence for what we see from him in this entire season, which is a lot of dominance. Like Herman is not one of your little friends. Let me tell you that. Kyle is one of your little friends, but Herman is not. And he's on it. Like he has, out of the cast, I think he has one of the better gameplays, a better positioning, a better understanding of the game. And I think he does really well. I will say the whole used card salesman energy from the preseason. I was like, okay, I'm starting to see some of the qualities you were talking about. But yeah, this really starts off, I think, a lot of the dynamics of the season and sets the tone for him in the game.
I agree.
Yeah, because one of the first alliances we see form is the Savage 7. And baby, I was living.
Period. Come on. Yourself.
Well,
that's right.
Then you have
I was
Kyle and
living, of course.
Gino, the two people I did not. Well, Kyle wasn't that bad at the time, but I was like, Gino.
Honestly, Gino could stay for looking good. Kyle.
And that's the
I
problem.
can understand it.
And that's the problem. Thank you. I refrained myself, but you brought it up. One thing about good-looking straight men, they get the benefit of just being added in every and any alliance.
No shade.
They do.
That's annoying.
That's all that was.
It's sickening. But does Gino deserve to be in the mix? Does Kyle deserve to be in the mix? No. But do they get the benefit?
I do have to say,
yeah.
I have to say to this day, Gino is a really good-looking man. Gino looks
he's hot as hell,
good.
but
Gino looks good, and I have supported his small businesses. I've,
which business?
Money. His small business.
Which one?
His entrepreneur business.
The firefighter or the other one?
Hey, I'm singing a pool somewhere.
Did you give it a star rating on Google? Would you rate it?
I left my comments.
What was the comment? I'll say it. Gino look good on his OnlyFans, y'all. Subscribe to his OnlyFans. He does promote it, so I'm promoting it for him. Give him his money. Thank you.
Period.
Wow. I support sex work. I don't give a damn. But I like this alliance. I remember liking this alliance because I'm like, okay, it's the majority one. Usually people from the majority alliance have a great chance at winning. Not this season. But it felt like, okay, we got a lot of niggas up in here. Let's see it get done. And I liked that Gino and Kyle was included because this was off the heels of BB23. I'm expecting people to assume all of the black people are going to be working together. So in my mind, I'm like, girl, let's mix it up a little bit. So I was comfortable with the fact that these two white boys was here because I'm like, good. There shouldn't be any mix up. We have a mixed kind of alliance. Moose is here. Kyle and Gino are here. There's various things going on, but alas,
it's unfortunate that it has to be a concept. Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say, I just think that's unfortunate that that's even like a concept because I really don't get people who they have a problem with that so much when they're like, oh, well, next season, like all of them are gonna link up again or whatever. It's like, okay, they just don't you don't understand the greater message. So just shut up, okay?
Period.
Period.
Shut up. Stop thinking about it like that and
move forward and play your season.
Yeah,
your season is your season. Whatever other season was at whatever other season, because BB23 had repercussions. I'd argue on this season and on BB24. Shit, I don't gotta argue it on this season and on BB24. And it's like those repercussions didn't have to happen because you need to focus on the season you're in, and that's why the bitches lost. The people who enacted those lost the game because y'all weren't focused on your current season. Focus.
It's also just not smart. Like you're going into a situation assuming people are working together based off what they look like. Especially like Kyle and BB24, he included Indy white ass up in the alliance as if that even made any goddamn sense. And then in this season, it was like I feel like it wasn't as like blatant as Kyle and BB24, but it was very clear kind of where he wanted to stand and who he assumed would all be close. And it's so crazy because in neither one of these seasons were the black people on that type of timing to even want to work together like that. It was not even the energy in the house. It's like you forced that upon them and they almost still didn't even want it. I remember so many weeks on the feeds being stressed out about Summer and Tanisha and Betty not liking Herman and Moose. Baby, when I tell you I was over it, because I'm like, y'all need to work together. Come on, lock in, blacks. But it's like that just goes to show how much like that is just not true. Like we're not always going to just work together based off of that. Of course, there may be some camaraderie. There may be a situation where if the house is ganging up on them, of course, they're going to have backup and have people who understand them. But like, it doesn't necessarily mean they're always going to work together. Like it's insane that it's even being like argued because we haven't seen it happen since the cookout happened. Like if that's the case, it's like then why weren't everyone afraid of another brigade happening? Why was no one afraid of another Derek Onion strategy happening? It's like it's like the fact that they focus so much on that, and it pisses me off too because now that we have Xavier, Taylor, Chelsea, and Ashley,
maybe they should be scared. Hold on.
No, it pisses me off though because people try to say it's like rigged for black people now. And it's like, no, mama, we can still come out on top and you're mad about it.
Mind you, impossible. You're watching the live feeds. Please.
And let's not act like I'm going to be so for real. some of the Black players prior to the diversity initiatives in place still did fairly well. Like, still did fairly well. Hello, Danielle Reyes, mother of all mothers. Come on, the floor. Like, we have Monica. Like, we have very good success histories. It's just that the system was against us. And then we equalized it. We made it equitable. And you see the creme de la creme go on top. It just makes sense. Like, Black people are excellent. Like, we can't help it. Like, hello?
Hello. Let me stop. But another one of the early things that happened this season, specifically with Kevin, is that him and Helena formed the Ghost Alliance. They kind of are the people who people don't see. They underestimate. They kind of look over. I think this is a really good duo for both of them. And, you know, to give Helena her 10s, because I was eating her up a little bit earlier, you know, I do also feel like she's a really good player, better than most people this season. I like a self-preservation type of player, because I do feel like that's what I would lean into. Like, I respect someone who's gonna like work to get themselves to the end, and I do think that that's what she was doing. Even if some of it, I feel like, did help Kevin, I feel like it helped both of them. Helping Kevin helped her, you know. So they got to the end together, and you know, I don't know if she could have won the game, but I do think that she deserves a lot of respect for how she played this season. In general, though, this is the alliance that basically controls the whole game. Not initially, but them forming this so early, I think, really is what led to Kevin being able to win this. Like, and I always believe in, like, if you can have that one person that you can really, really trust and like tell everything to, and like have you guys be able to work both sides, like, I feel like it's a foolproof strategy almost, you know, like the secret duo with Danielle and Jason, or even like a secret alliance like the Cookout. It's like, it's so smart to have someone that you can share everything with, maybe not be so connected with. People can assume you working with other people. Like, I don't know. Really good duo.
Yeah, and this strategy is a classic strategy. It feels like an old school strategy. Like you said, Jason and Danielle, it even kind of felt like just the concept of just ride or dying with one person, just in general. Like, those concepts is way more old school Big Brother. And I think that's why Kevin's win feels so, like, I don't know, revolutionary. It felt classic. It felt like, damn, this is kind of Dr. Willie. This is kind of like, it felt like that same energy. And he kind of played in a similar manner of, well, girl, I'm gonna pick it up at the end, chill at the beginning. I'm gonna have my one ride or die. We're gonna kind of manipulate them here and there. You could even compare it to Will and Boogie on All-Star 7. Like, it's really just this duo eating these bitches up. So I love it. Great.
I will say, I think a duo comparison to them, I think Kevin embodies Dan Giesling a lot in different ways. I've definitely also said this to Kevin, because I was like, his traders pipeline is also very similar to if you have not seen it. I did tell him that in an interview, which is kind of gaggy, but it reminds me also of Dan and Memphis. Like, it kind of reminds me of the two of them in the final, like that final two scenario and stuff like that. And I think Helena, like Memphis in the beginning, starts off very well socially. I mean, we didn't mention the alliances. I'm sure we're going to mention the other alliance soon. But then we have a pivot with Kevin kind of taking that lead. And I think it's very similar with Dan in season 10. The parallels are kind of crazy.
We can actually go ahead and get into some of the early alliances. I don't have graphics for all of them, but I know, of course, Helena was in the Mandems with Summer, Betty, and Tanisha. And then, of course, throughout the game, she was able to work with, you know, Gino and Jason and things like that. Were there any other alliances she was a part of that early?
No, the Mendem is a big one for me, though. I will say, just because, come on, Toronto representation, like,
period.
Like, the Mendem. First of all, thank you, Summer. Thank you. Come here.
Period.
Big smooch. Let me tell you something about watching Big Brother Canada. I like the show, but when I can feel at home, when I can feel like I'm King and I'm understanding, like, the Ghost is a great alliance, but the Mandem, like, you could tell that's someone from Toronto. Like, those are my people. Like, hello? Like, the Mandem, like, too good. Like, I'm gonna keep that Toronto accent down, but it was excellent. It was excellent.
No, it was too good. I wish they could, like, really, like, come together where they needed to, but child,
it's like, oh my god, the women are working together, and then,
but Helena was there. Let me stop. Let me get off of her.
Well, that's the thing. Like, even like, it was weird because I do think like with Helena, that was kind of the relationships that she had control of more than Kevin. And by like taking out Tanisha, I do feel like
the Tanisha one was a bad one for me. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, I feel like that was kind of like taking someone away from herself. However, in the sense of it, like Tanisha did push her name. So it's like I can see from Helena's perspective, it's like, well, she's pushing my name. I already feel like I'm at the bottom, which she was. It's like I do understand it. I think when we were watching, I did kind of have like my Stan goggles on a little too hard. I didn't like Helena. But on a rewatch, it's like, well, it's completely understandable. Like,
well, yeah, they pitched her to go on the block, and she said, "You want to get me on the block? You're going home."
Go home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think as a player, what you should be able to do is, especially if you maybe want to win in certain scenarios, is be able to still work with people in certain scenarios that she could have pitched you, but okay, I can use you to get to this next step. However, in general, I don't like. I remember at the time feeling like it was such a bad move for Helena. But now that we sit here today, I don't know how bad of a move that was. Because Tanisha being in the mix still, I don't know how that would have helped her personally, especially the way the dynamic of the game changed after Tanisha went home. So yeah, I don't know.
I think what's interesting about the game, I think that your comment about having the ability to work with people, even if they put your name or whatever out, is very Survivor-esque, and I agree in that setting. But in a game of Big Brother, where pawns go home, and we see it time and time and time again, and in this house, blindside after blindside after blindside, to me, the idea of you putting my name down means I'm disposable to you. And in a game where people are disposable to you and there's twists and you have to expect the unexpected and you don't know what's happening, if you have the control of getting someone out who is willing to play with your game, like I see that as an advantage. And I think Tanisha was really well positioned in the house. She didn't need Helena. If anything, maybe Elena needed her more, but clearly not, because she was opting to go against her. Sorry, Teo, I know you wanted to say something too.
Actually, that's perfect, because I was going to add on to that. I don't think taking out Tanisha is like the worst move for her at all, because like you said, Tanisha had a really good social game, and you're opening up now this alliance so that now, you know, there's more targets ahead of you. I think the problem with Helena, which happens time and time again, is how she manages other people, like her relationships with people, which is something that Kevin does a good job with. He's able to manage relationships. He literally, him and Betty, which we haven't talked about Betty too much yet, but I'm a Betty stan. I love their beef, first of all, the Kevin and Betty beef.
Oh my God.
Just seeing how Kevin was able to get along with Betty in the end, and like her actually liking Kevin by the end of it all, that is peak.
Yeah.
That is peak social game. That's something Helena couldn't do, and I think that's where Helena falls. If she was able to socialize with Summer better by the end of it, to even with like JC Lynn and Gino, like I think she would have earned more respect, just like how Kevin did.
I agree. That's the dichotomy with their alliance, is that Helena is great socially at the beginning and then gets worse as the time goes, and it's the opposite for Kevin, where he was not as great at the beginning and it got better and better and better. So he's ending on this high note, she's ending on this low note, and then she loses. Loser!
Don't do her.
I like her. I'm just playing.
But no, and then one of the other early alliances that's formed is called the Retreat, which is basically the Savage Seven minus the black girl for the white girls, Stephanie and Jason Lynn. And we get to week 3, and Kyle becomes the HOH. When Kyle is the HOH, it's really, really, really messy, because
Can I step in?
You go.
Because this HOH competition result pissed me off, because I was like rooting so hard for Betty, especially after what happened week 2 with her.
Yeah.
And didn't she like almost win or something? I feel like I remember that, or maybe that was just oh my God, I was so pissed off. I was like, yeah, Betty's going home. This is the worst season ever. I already did not like week 2, how that played out.
And her back was against the wall. I remember, like, Betty was in a really bad position. She was just on the block, and she was so close to winning.
Yep.
And Kyle won.
I just had to mention that. I'm sorry. Like, I had to, because I had sand goggles on for Betty. So
no, honestly. I get it. I think this early I was still more on the summer train. It wasn't until later in the season where I was like, I'm fully behind Betty. Like, come on, Betty, let's go. But no. You said what?
I do hate
I do
you.
hate you.
No, iconic. But yeah, in this week, Kyle decides that he wants to not only turn on one alliance, but he wants to turn on both alliances that he's currently in.
Girl.
And he chooses that he wants to nominate Stephanie and Moose. There was a situation where essentially he felt like Moose was spreading information around. The tea on that is that Moose and Kyle knew each other in college. They weren't friends in college, but they knew each other. They see each other around.
Girl.
So they thought they had some. Moose thought they had some type of like camaraderie. And there was this issue with Stephanie where he's telling Stephanie that Moose basically threw out her name. This causes Stephanie to go yell at Moose, and Moose is able to like calm her down. And Kyle saw this as a huge, huge threat. So he was like, you know what? I'm going to target Moose. Against all of what my allies want, what everyone is suggesting for me, let me go after Moose.
This was crazy. His whole HOH was HOH-itis out the ass. He was handling it so horribly, which was crazy because up until then, unfortunately, I was like, wait, he's kind of playing a good game, da da da. And then as soon as he was HOH, I was like, ooh, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Because even Stephanie being the target to begin with was insane, because considering you had a whole separate situation with her, and then Moose being the actual target after you decided it to not be Stephanie was crazy. Mind you, Betty the whole week is like, well, I don't even like his ass. I'm definitely going up. You should be putting up Betty. Unfortunately, thank God you didn't. But you literally should be targeting Betty. It's simple. Honestly, he created this whole story in his head, and he kept doing that throughout the season. I don't know what happens with Kyle's in their brain, but it really just, stories just start formulating, and they just think something that's not there is there. It's crazy.
I want to drag him for so many reasons. So let's talk about the college thing, right? College gate. Let me tell you something, okay? Ryerson is I believe that was the school, Ryerson. It's not called Ryerson anymore because apparently he had like some racist past.
The Metropolitan.
Yeah, Toronto Metropolitan, whatever. That's not the college I went to. Yeah. But I will mention my college. Do you know how frequently you spend walking around on campus? You just recognize people. If I got in a house because I was Miss Popular at U Ottawa and someone said, I know Joseanne, and started beef, I would have to actually fight and sue. Like, I actually. Because what do you mean? Like, I'm sorry. Like, that whole thing was so insane. Like, you guys aren't friends. They're making it seem like different. You go to the same college, so what? Like, y'all see what Moose does now on social media. He's talking to people. He's like, up in. I'm sure that energy was there before. That's probably why he got casted. Just because he walks the same halls as you. Enough. First of all, that pissed me off. F you. You're ridiculous. But I think what's interesting about this week is I really can't give any credit to Kyle for any moves he does, because he wants to target Betty and Jess, and then Kevin does his big one. One thing about Jess plays a very proactive game. Kevin do their big ones, and they're like, don't come for us, there's no point. And then then Kyle starts saying, oh, Betty's not worth targeting. Minimizing her, which makes no sense, because had you put her on the block, it would have made sense. It would have saved you a lot of trouble. So you minimize that, toss it to the side, and then you do your big one, derogatory, big one, and you implode. How do you have the best position in the game and you do that?
He was set up so well. And I think it's like that big move. This thing that people get, like they feel like it's my HOH. I have to make a big move in the game. It's really set a staple. But it's week 3. No, you do not. You're in 2 majority alliances. You have allegiances with damn near the entire cast. It just didn't make any real sense. And then he started making like little minute moves, like, oh, we can replace Moose in the alliance with Marty. And then we can start working closer with JC Lynn and Gino, and maybe we should pull Stephanie in a little bit closer, and things like that. And I remember during the feeds on this time, it just started to feel slightly microaggressive-y. Like, I was like, why are we feeling the need to separate so deeply, assuming that Moose and Herman have this stronger relationship? On what grounds? It just felt really icky around this time. It did, because that alliance was not based on race at all. They felt like it was the strongest people in the game. That's why Gino and Kyle were both in it. I think Herman at that point would have considered Kyle to be one of his closest allies as well as Gino. So it's the fact that Kyle took this week and completely honestly sunk his own game, but other people's game as well, like Herman's, for example. I think after this week, Herman was kind of completely severed from even being able to work with the showmans and Gino as close as I feel like he would have wanted to because of this. It was just such a weird divide that unfortunately stayed. And I think a lot of people still have like ill feelings towards Kevin, similar to like Michael and BB24, because it's like I do think Kyle doing this did benefit Kevin in some ways because he was able to like use that kind of like culmination of people that Kyle wanted to like extend his game further. But at the same time, I feel like Kevin was just playing the game, no shade. And once again, it's just sad that a lot of Black and brown people cannot go into this game and like play it authentically. They have to play with all of these additional rules and segregations that people have with their biases. It's just so weird.
I agree. This was weird. And he kept mentioning the Moose and Herman thing, and he would throw in like, I mean, I just feel like they're closer to Tanisha. Like they're really close to Tanisha. I remember he kept mentioning Tanisha as well, and it's like that helped like spiral to Herman and Tanisha ended up going home later in the season. And I think it's these things that kept gravitating throughout the house, that Herman is in this such powerful position, which he was, but also that Tanisha was in this very powerful position, which she became. And it's like these things were being spread about because of his bias and not actuality. And then I think it forced them into an actuality because, like you said, after this, groupings did start to form that was more in line to what he was pushing out there because it was necessity at that point. Now we're at the point where Moose is like, well, fuck, I wanted to work with you and others, but you literally have severed my ties to you and others. So now Moose was in a situation where he had to work with Herman and the other people on this side. And it's like, he's forcing these dynamics, and it's just weird. And it's always icky. It's icky every time, honestly.
Yeah.
I will say there was racial undertones, but I will also add that Moose. I love
Moose was acting a fool. Moose was acting a fool.
Like he was trying to be the puppet master, and then he got caught. To be fair, though, like the way he got caught was not technically his fault because Kyle lied. Like Kyle convinced himself to put Stephanie up. It had nothing to do with Moose necessarily. Like, yes, did they have that conversation? Yeah, but Kyle was going to do that move regardless. But Moose was doing too much, and that's why Steph starts yelling at him, and it's just but I will agree that there was racial undertones, and had Moose been a different race, maybe it wouldn't have been as deep as it was, or how he was treated, and he could have maybe maneuvered and kept being a mess and not being like that called out for it. I don't know.
Yeah, it was bad, but he ended up fucking up anyway because Moose wins the veto, period.
Yep, second week.
It was nasty. Moose was a veto king, Big Daddy. And this is when we kind of see the next target has to come about. And this is when Josh's name started to get floated by Marty. And Kyle also was HOH where it was like, he would listen to anybody. Like, you got a conversation with him, he would read that conversation and be like, you know what? That is a good idea. I think that's something that I should do. And so he is now on Josh being the target. And it's like, once again, you're putting up an alliance member, someone that trusts you, someone that other people are working with. And then his goal became to take Josh out of the game, which is what led to such an iconic moment. And I do have a clip for that. Give me a second.
Period. I know that's right.
And by second POV, I meant
2. Josh, you are safe. Stephanie, I'm sorry. You've been evicted from the Big Brother Canada house.
Look at his face. Look at him.
It's the fact that it was 9-2. It's the fact that it was 9-2. At the beginning of the week, everyone was like, "Ooh, this is gonna be a close vote. We're gonna have to get the votes, baby." Vote easily, guys.
Egg on his face. Jason, egg on her face. I was gonna say this is the second POV. This season, what's great is the POV is used quite frequently from the person on the block. It's like you're on the block, POV 1, like for quite a few weeks. Like
I want to say it was like 7 weeks in a row that happened. Yeah. Like, damn.
Yeah.
It's pretty like frequent, and I could be wrong, but like this is probably like the first season where there's like quite a few house guests nominated early on. Like I think the thing is 9, like there's 9 house guests in like 3 weeks I get nominated. Like you can't help but make the music bop. Like it's so good. Like and it creates moments like this. So
I think what helps is the HOH not being able to compete because they started that since
Yup.
Season 7. Yeah.
And I know a lot of people were saying, "Oh, I don't like how the HOH can't fight for their noms," which is like fair, but I'm also like thinking, well, that's kind of like fun because I don't know.
No
Whenever the HOH
shade.
wins the veto, I'm always like, oh,
It's
too bad.
we talked about it when we talked about season 7. I think it works in a lot of modern seasons because modern seasons are so chaotic and malleable. Bro, this season is such a perfect example of how when diversity is in the game gets elevated to so many different levels. Every season gets is so basic or simple for the most part. It's a majority alliance. Some people defect, some people stay loyal. Boom. Until we get to BB 9 when there's these different factions and Tina and Tara and Kiefer and and then this season where it's this big alliance, but then it separates and then there's this faction here and this faction here, but then it switches because of Kevin. And even in BB 24, like so many different things start happening in this modern era because of the diversity. And I think that's why the HOH not getting able to play works the best, because we talked about how it would be an issue if Jessica Milagros couldn't play in the veto on that once iconic week. In that type of situation, like it's not the best for the minority if they finally win the HOH and they try to take out the biggest two people. But in modern Big Brother, that isn't what it doesn't really happen that way. So because of that, I think it's worked out perfectly fine. I'm okay with it.
I see your point, but I think what's great about the HOH not winning or participating in veto is they already kind of have their say. Like you get the best power of all, which is you keep yourself safe and you pick two people to go on the block. Like the idea of having access to the veto sometimes is a bit too powerful. And I wonder if you had before Jessica's HOH, if prior to that we didn't have the VOV, would it have gotten to that point? That's a question we'll never know. But I think the idea that the HOH also gets to decide the third nomination when you have a week where an HOH wins and then wins POV and then just kind of decides, it's so tired, like it's boring.
They have everything.
For sure. And this was a beautiful failed attempt by Kyle, girl. It's crazy because we kind of see Kevin really still going to work. Like he's kind of that consistent throughout the season. Every week, it's like there's Kevin, because even though Marty was so against Josh, was helping to get Josh put on the block, Kevin is the one that kind of convinces Marty to switch his vote, which is why it ends up being 9-2. This is one of the first times that Marty flips on Gino and JC Lynn, and he continues to do so.
First of many.
Season.
Wait, can we get him for a second? Martin, let me come to the front. Martin, come here. Let me tell you something. Martin, Gino and Martin do this funny dance and song all season that makes me laugh. Martin presents himself as a man of honor, a man of integrity, a man of loyalty. And every chance he gets, he betrays Gino. And it simply is funny because if anyone dares to do the same thing as he has done to them, then it's like World War III. Like he gets angry. Like if y'all haven't watched the season, like Martin gets angry. Like too angry, and it's weird, but yet you doing the backstabbing, like you doing that, so you doing the fucking, like, come on,
you doing the business.
Come on.
And then we also get this iconic moment because of course Kevin is going to work trying to save Josh. He wants to keep him in the game, and this interaction with Betty occurs.
I do hate you. Now everything's making sense and you're spending time with both groups. You need to know that there's a line drawn in the sand, and now you look shady. And I'm just letting you know that, and everybody else in this house is going to know that too.
Then I'm coming for you.
You're coming for me.
If that's the case.
You're telling me right to my face that you're coming for me?
If you're coming,
you're telling me that you're coming for me right now?
No, it's like, this is what I'm talking about. I was such, like, I couldn't stop. And we're gonna get to the final three, but I loved Betty so much. Like, I can't tell you, like, I needed her to come back.
But I will say, like, Betty's just Betty. Like,
honestly,
she gets mad at Kevin, right? Mind you, she gets mad because she gets put up on the block and it was supposed to be Kevin. Oh, you're the reason I'm put in this position. And then not even a few moments later, she doesn't go on the block, and then she gets mad at Kevin for not being on the block. Like, you can't make this up. Like, you can't. Betty,
honestly, she's hilarious. Even in this moment,
he knew Kevin had something to do with it.
He's like, well, girl, we both want Josh to stay, so we should continue to like help to make that happen. And she's like, you're gonna tell me what to do? That's what you're gonna do? Like, damn.
I understand
like
Betty
him.
so
That's
bad.
the gag.
I understand Betty so bad. I do. I live.
Business B.
Business B. That queen. And then of course Kyle has a short-lived stay because Gino takes him out the very next week. Period.
Shout out to Summer,
which is crazy.
Horrible. Can we actually, Gino? That was such a
Gino baby.
Like I rejoicing when he was put on the blog? Absolutely,
of course.
But if you look at it from a non-biased standpoint, that was a shit move. Gino, you just got blindsided with him. You got blind. Twins, you're twins, you're twinning. Like you both got blindsided, like including JC, like and then you put him up, like yes, did it benefit Gino a little bit? Yeah, but you were setting yourself up for the loss that you got. Like that was the first stone to lead to your exit.
Honestly, I remember being one of the only people saying like Summer should push for this because people were like feeling like this is a bad thing to push because it could backfire on her and yada yada yada, because Summer was one of the big pushes to even get him to do it. And I was like, honestly, fuck it, I think she should. I think her relationship with Gino is enough. Which was it? I don't know, but girl, she pushed it and it worked. So hey, I think she should have did it. She did it and she did it. Okay, thank you. Great week.
And he goes home, thank God. Ding dong, the witch is dead. And then we lead up to the Jess HOH / safety chain double eviction, and this is where it really turns the fuck on. One of the major plot points I wanted to mention though was that this is when like the official crash test dummies formed. They came together as a whole. This was Kevin's idea to bring Josh into it, and this was a really pivotal week because he wants to help take out Tynesha. Jess becomes the HOH. Jess originally nominates Herman and Moose because, of course, they've been targeting them. They've been targeting them too. And Herman wins the veto, so she needs a replacement. And it was between Helena and Tanisha. This is when we have Tanisha pushing for Helena. Helena gets that information. She pushes for Tanisha. And Jess finally settles on Tanisha, which sent a shockwave through a lot of people in the house. Like a lot of people already like Jess, but going into this safety chain, it was like even worse. And I think this is when I think Kevin really took the game for me, because 100%. When he got Helena and Josh on board with Tanisha going, I feel like that is when both of them kind of severed majority of the ties they had. I think Josh still had some with, Betty and by proxy Summer, but like that like safety net he had with that group was, I feel like, gone. And he himself no longer even really wanted to be a part of it. I think he truly wanted to be more a part of the crash test dummies. And I think we just kind of see that continue throughout jury, where it's like, in my opinion, I didn't think the moves were necessarily good for them individually, more so for Kevin.
Yeah. I will say this. Kevin works really hard on getting Josh.
He does.
Kevin notices fairly early on that Josh is a threat and someone to keep their eyes on, as in the Ghost Alliance. And Kevin chips at Josh like every day with a little bit of something. And I think what helps is the fact that Kevin is just kind of a little too real with Josh. She's like, do you want me to create chaos for you, King? I will make sure that you stay this week. And this is what I think, those planting of seeds, like that is the beauty of Kevin's game, is planting seeds so early and listening to what they want. Because Josh was talking mad shit about Jess, talking about how like, and Kevin does his big one. Same thing with like the Marty week. Like I could spend hours talking about Kevin's game here, but this is when we see his work begin to bloom, to prosper, if you will. And the safety chain is exactly that. The fact that Martin picks Helena in the safety chain over Gino. Oh, like you have to give him his tens. Like you have to.
This was great. And you're right. I feel like because this was around the week where at the beginning he was staying chill. He was telling the cameras, look, I'm going to really be laying it low, laying back, and then I'm going to start picking it up. And in these last couple of weeks, he started to pick it up. He started having one-on-ones in the storage room. And then he finally locked in his little big 3, which was this. And I honestly think this is when he took the game. Like the first 5-6 weeks, it wasn't necessarily Kevin's game. It wasn't like, oh, he's going to win. You know, he's just doing stuff in the background. This week, I do think, that's why I do think he didn't ruin Helena and Josh's game. I don't think Helena and Josh's game were over with this move, but I do think this move put his game in the best position. Whereas before this week, I'd say Helena and Josh were in better positions than Kevin. It was after this week that I would say Kevin's position was better than Helena and Josh's, which is why I think I equate this Tanisha vote with a negative towards Helena and Josh, because in my mind, I'm like, this is the week that Kevin is now in the better position than them because he has the better relationship with Gino and JC Lynn moving forward. He has control over Marty a little bit moving forward, whereas like y'all lost the potential control y'all had over Tanisha, specifically Josh, because those girls were up for Josh. They were literally big up saving him the week prior when he was on the block. So I do think specifically for Josh, it's like you kind of just gave Kevin a lot more power with Gino, JC Lynn, Marty still being in the game, and you're not with them. You don't have control over them. Whereas you kind of would have with Tanisha in a way. But yeah, he ate, period.
No, honestly, we need to also mention like this was a really bad HOH for Jess because this is where it completely crumbles for them.
Siblings alliance.
Yeah, like what happened? Like, why did you nominate? Like, I really don't understand the Tanisha move for them. Like, right, and that's where I was like, oh my god, like I feel so bad for Tanisha now because like she was in such a good position socially. I will say Tanisha's strategic game, she was a little too passive. I think that's where Tanisha's downfall really was.
I agree.
In the end, she didn't have enough people who were willing. Well, no, she had a lot of people like trying to back her, but not enough in the end. And that's how like Kevin was able to then get enough numbers to go against her, to flip Helena over to his side and to flip on Tanisha. So yeah, I think this really, like you guys said it the best, like this was a really, really good week for Kevin and it really set him up for the later game. Also, we'll get to it later. Hold on that. I was gonna say something, but we'll hold off.
I will say, since we're speaking about Tanisha, I do gotta drag her. She's one of the people on this cast who I'm not a fan of. Postseason, she said a lot of crazy shit. BB24 was after this. She was making comments on BB24 that were not for Taylor Hale. She also made a comment, I think Zudaman put it in the chat.
Yeah, about Kuzi.
Wasn't this the black girl that was talking about Kuzi being a scary black woman? This was her. She did say Kuzi is a scary black woman.
Oh, she's weirdo. I didn't peep that.
Tanisha's weird down. I literally had to unfollow her, block her. Or no, I think she blocked me because I responded to her tweet. Like, oh, baby, you're weird. She's like very pro black men, even when they're not pro black women. Like Monty, she had made a tweet about. I was like, okay, girl, you gotta fucking go. It was one of those. It was weird. It's giving male centered.
I mean, she did kind of. I will say, rewatching the intros of the season, I was like, oh, that was your intro.
It was kind of there.
That was your intro. Like, oh, like my biggest competition is a girl who looks as pretty as girl. What? Like, I'm like, not all kinfolk are not all skinfolk are kinfolk.
No, not at all. Not at all. And then so that leads into the safety chain. And baby, this was a moment for Black excellence. This is Black History Month, in my opinion, because they said all the blacks to the front.
Amen.
Hold on.
Thank you, Moose. Please take a seat. Herman, who would you like to keep safe?
Josh.
Period.
Herman.
Come on.
Josh.
Nah, I was worried. No save.
Right.
Well, Josh is really cute.
Betty.
Thank you, Josh.
Very
Who would you like to keep safe?
We'll talk about it after.
Summer.
Period.
I was worried with Josh because that was, like y'all said, the Crash Test Dummies was there. I was like, is this nigga gonna fix her? So Josh ebbed and flowed between wanting to stick loyal to Betty and not throughout this half of the season. But just to comment on what Tio said, Josh, first of all, that's my man. Watch the comments. Second of all, Josh is fuck. I need that. And he glue up. He was already looking good. And then he glue up. He looks better now. How crazy is that?
He's a beautiful man.
Very
beautiful man.
I feel like in this moment, because Summer, the safety change here, and Summer, I believe, picks Kevin after this. Am I?
Yes.
Am I correct?
Yes.
This again seeds. One thing about Kevin and Summer, like early on, those people, they were working. They had a working relationship. Like,
yeah,
I remember them talking early on. Summer giving him advice. Them like chatting. Like, I'm telling you, this season, this cast, everyone played with each other in some shape, way, or form. Like, it was so fluid. Like, the safety chain just exemplifies that, because this person can give it to that person. Like, Josh can give it to Betty, but he can give it to Kevin. He can give it to Helena. Summer gives it to Kevin, but she could give it here and there. And like, it's so masterful in the way that this works in Kevin's favor. 10 toes. The fact that he doesn't have to give it to his number one, like, this is so sickening. What a time!
And then the number one still was loyal to soil. Like, it didn't even matter. It didn't even matter, baby. It didn't even matter.
This needs to come back.
No, it does. I love the format of this, because basically there's a initial safety comp. Moose wins that. He starts the chain, all the blacks to the front, and like I just explained, Marty ends up picking Helena on Kevin's behalf, and that leaves
Gino again.
Girl betrays Gino again.
Always.
And then so there's another safety competition. JC Lynn wins the safety comp, and then Jess and Gino are nominated. Now, last minute, there was a potential flip that almost happened. But Betty, at the very last minute, after it's already been discussed with all of the votes, she's like, I don't think it's going to go through. So it just doesn't go through. But Marty is not warned in time. So Marty still evicts Gino. And betrays him once again.
Gag order.
I forgot how many times this happened. Like, Marty just betraying Gino. Like, I literally forgot that. Oh my god.
And then he had to do damage control. He was like, "Oh well, no, it wasn't me. It was Josh and Betty and da da da." Girl, it was you.
Yep.
It was you.
Well, didn't they have a version of safety chain this in BB Can 12? Or am I tripping?
I was gonna say
dinner.
They do have versions of it.
No, the dinner was an 11. BB Can 12 was
Spicy V won it. What didn't she? Whatever it was.
They had like a dinner on 11. Okay, Season 12 was like that, like kind of like, was it like a meeting table or whatever?
Yeah, it was a meeting.
And they would go they would go. Oh, sorry.
No, go for it.
I was just gonna try to explain the competition in this weird way. Like, they went in and one at a time to complete these like tasks. Like, that was the competition.
Oh,
remember? And it was like,
I sure don't.
There was the fatal feast, or
fatal
like the fatal feast, which was 11.
Movie Night Massacre.
Well, Movie Night Massacre is like a little bit different, because it was like you all got into a room and then you could pick.
Yeah,
that was different.
That
was
that
like
was different.
POV one. It was like Spicy V had like the POV thing, and that was like the chain that led to her getting it.
Yeah,
like that's opposite of a chain of. Yes, that's what it was. Opposite of like chain of safety. You're choosing who to eliminate from getting this POV.
Yeah, it was the opposite.
Yeah,
but I will say they've done safety chains.
Executive veto.
Yes, executive veto. They do safety chains in a lot of like the Canadian. We've never talked about Big Brother Quebec, but like that's also, or Célébrité Québec, whatever. They do the safety chain as well. And then the US tried to do the safety chain, and it was a big flop.
We did?
Like, I'm repeating and being like, y'all trying to reheat BB Can nachos, and it's not working.
When the fuck did we do a safety chain?
Oh
no. It was recent.
Did we do
it? It was Celebrity Big Brother season 3.
You're right. And they were handing out the fucking
it was like the and I was like, oh, okay.
You're right.
Like, BB Can US is always trying to reheat, but not do it in the proper way.
No,
that's a
you're so right.
We're talking triple eviction. We're talking safety chain. Like, y'all try to reheat nachos, and it's
even this first HOH competition that Herman won, that was separate the 3 groups. BB24 had a very similar first HOH competition, but y'all are biting and losing the bite.
Oh damn! Yeah, I didn't think.
Y'all even got a racist Kyle. Come on now.
Wait, no, but BB23 technically did that. No, because they did like
the separate thing. Oh, they did.
Yeah, that because that was like the first
teams.
Well, no, that was the second COVID season, but
yeah.
BB23.
All I'm gonna say is that I know Arissa follows the girls, and I know she saw people in orgs and seeing how they would
period.
Because we've been doing safety chains in org communities from time, and I know production saw it in the community and said, "Let's bring it to the show."
I know that's right.
I'm convinced. Y'all can't tell me otherwise because they're tapped in. They're tapped into the org community. They're tapped into the podcasters, the whole thing, the whole shebang. So,
which is really good. Like Big Brother US should be doing this. Maybe they are, but I mean, I'm not seeing any results clearly.
And now people are. Let me tell you, some of these. Hey, Spotlight, get that on the show. Get that on the TV. Because US could learn. Anyways.
And then one of the other big moments we get through in the season would be the week of the triple eviction. Starting off with Marty's HOH and Gummy Bear Gates.
Oh my god.
So
my god.
First of all, Canada really locked in this week because we gave Summer Sales safety.
Amen.
I didn't vote for I voted Betty, but that was okay too.
I voted for Summer.
I voted
for Summer.
I voted for Summer.
I voted for Summer with my VPN. Thank you.
But now I'm glad.
Multiple times.
We saw who won the veto, and y'all, when I tell you, I
gagged it though. Gag.
If all the Betty stands that week, you know the feeling when we were waiting for hours. Like it was so long. The feeds were down for that veto. It was the 100 minutes of hell variant.
Yeah.
We were waiting for so long, and then to refresh the feeds like Twitter constantly, and then I see people saying, "Oh, I think at first it was like someone else won the veto." I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me? Like this is my worst nightmare." And I see someone say, "Oh, Betty won," and I'm like, "Let me keep going." And then Betty actually won, and I was like freaking the fuck out because I'm like, first of all, this is perfect. Summer has safety. Betty is now safe. She's able to take herself off the block. Josh is still on the block, but like someone else has to go up from that alliance. And then we see what happens with the whole gummy bear situation. Like, this is
crazy. I actually do have a clip of Betty at that veto.
Okay.
100 minutes and 42 seconds is.
Oh, I remember how gory this was.
Betty.
Being right on the dot is crazy.
Crazy.
Not Marty.
Because Marty loved nominated Betty Child.
She's so good. I love her stuff.
And Marty's just standing there like, good job.
Dare I say I needed JC Lynn to get the gummy bear? Like, no shit.
Oh no.
I did.
Well, why are you rooting for a man over a woman?
I'm rooting against a woman over a man.
Male centered.
Whatever it may be. JC Lynn could have won. I just didn't care for her at all.
I wanted to talk about Gummy Bear just a tiny bit, like my reaction to it, because do y'all remember where y'all were? Like, do y'all remember where y'all were? Because I
literally,
you guys, I love Big Brother with all of my fiber in my being, so much so that it is truly my personality outside of podcasting. Like, I love this show. I'm on the Twitter streets, blah, blah, blah. So much so that at the time I was living with my cousins, and they're much younger than me. And I remember, like, now whenever I'm with them and there's like a Big Brother season on, like, they're like, can we watch? And they're really young. Like, they're the cutest. Like, the oldest is like born in 2010. So we're talking like they're young.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I remember we were watching the episode of Gummy Bait, and I made a tweet. And these are their faces. Oh, yeah. I tweeted, I said, my cousin's reacting to the gummy bear results, because it was absolutely insane that once again we get the results that we get into. Like, I love this season so much. It was such a unifying season, like just being on the feeds and like bonding with family. Like, so good. Like, it's so good. I can't make the music not bop.
The episode editing was so good too, like the way they revealed
was.
it. That was so good. Like, oh my god, I remember the whole like, and then the aftermath. They're like,
It's so good. Like, if we bring back Big Brother Canada, all I ask, please stock the house with gummy bears. Every time we've had gummy bears,
No,
in
that's
that
right.
house, like I'm talking BB Can 4 with Tim and the gummy bears. I'm talking season 10 Martin with the gummy bear. Like, we need to keep her stocked. Like,
yeah,
This is chaotic. And honestly,
oh my god.
Marty being this chaotic is crazy. Like, why is he so all over the place every time?
And
Do
I mean,
y'all
I think
remember
it's
Kick Your Feet Up?
yes.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my God.
Embarrassing. It was embarrassing for Marty. I don't understand him as a player in general. Like he really was all over the place this entire season. Just a menace. Just a menace to the
And
end.
he just no accountability. He doesn't see that he's the problem.
No,
Not once.
no.
He's hot-headed, man.
Well, y'all
he didn't
gave him
even bring
favorite
up-
player.
Who's y'all? I'm telling you,
you just offended
roll
me.
back
No.
the tapes. I was on Martin's ass every week.
Ooh.
They're on YouTube. He did not get a vote for me. He did not.
Yeah. In fact, I didn't vote any of the favorite players. I picked somebody else each time. Victoria
Damn.
was for me, BB 9. It was
was
Betty
it?
for this season.
Oh, okay, period.
I think I split my vote because I gave some to Summer because I felt like she maybe had a better chance than Betty.
Yeah.
And then season 11. Oh, maybe I didn't vote for
It
season
should have been
11.
Kaziva Crochet. That's who it should have been.
No, I don't think I voted anyone.
That's real.
Because I remember Jonathan won, and I was like, okay. In season 12,
I don't think I voted.
who even won it in season 12?
I don't know.
Wasn't
Someone
it
who, like,
Todd? Did
didn't-
Todd?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
probably was
Girl.
Todd.
Like,
Okay.
what?
Like Todd so much. God damn. I wasn't a fan.
Okay. But anyway.
It was Todd, I'm pretty sure.
I've said this before and I'll say it again. If I ever touch foot in that house and you're from the East Coast,
You gotta go.
you have to go.
Immediately.
Martin is a part of the East Coast.
Mhm.
Todd is a part of the East Coast.
Mhm.
The issue is, and maybe it's not an issue, but I don't root for anyone in the East Coast, but a lot of Canada does.
Ooh.
I don't know if the East Coast is really gung ho for Big Brother Canada. I don't have the stats, but I have the proof. I have the results of it because people like Martin, people like Todd, people everyone.
Shit,
they
Jonathan as well.
Jonathan, I'm telling you, please, if I'm not in the house and you are watching this, mental notes. Canada will always vote for them, and that's the votes that are taken away from your bag. So get rid of them immediately.
Well, yeah, that's actually why I didn't vote anything for season 11 and 12 because I'm like, well, my votes literally don't matter.
They don't. It's like what would be the American equivalent? It would be like
Hell.
What region do most of your, I don't know if it's the South.
Girl,
Well, I was gonna say MAGA just coming together to vote for.
Oh Lord.
I don't want to claim that side is MAGA. That's not fair to them. But I will say they reunite and they
But that is like the closest comparison. That's just shade on BBUS. I'm not trying to. All the East Coasters out there, I'm not comparing it to MAGA.
Honestly, it's not that unsimilar because Cameron winning America's favorite player is very much so. Maybe it is the South. It's getting very so regional. Red states. No
Child. Honestly, we've been slacking because we was on the Black Women's Streak. Let's get back on that Black Women's Streak.
It's because we're a divided country. Let's wake this up. Because every time I go on Twitter and a BBUS season is on and we're talking about who we vote for, BB25 just came to me in a flash. Because I'm thinking Serene, I'm thinking Felicia. We could not be one. We could not be one united. We divide the vote. We divide the vote amongst ourselves. We need to have a meeting. We need to get all members of the congregation together and sit down and say, we cannot win if we are divided. United, we can't. Because every time y'all do it, now I don't got that vote. Do I use the VPN? Yes, but do I have a Paramount login? go. So I can't vote. But my one singular vote is not enough in this American country. So I need us to get together for this next season and have a meeting of peers. Bring someone from this, and we sit and we have a panel and we discuss and we come to one conclusion.
Didn't Rachel not win BB27? Who won BB27s?
Keanu.
As I said, we need to get back on our Black women streak.
We are not a united front, and we need to unite. Like Rachel should have won. I don't care what y'all say. Rachel should have won. That case was so nasty.
Three should have won.
Have a check.
How did Cameron win?
It went Cameron
Tucker, and Keanu. Just man.
Oh my God.
Like, can we unite, please? Can we come together, please? Like, please? Like,
that was hell. BB25 literally was the definition of hell.
How do we go from Tiffany to this?
Tiffany Taylor.
Davon,
Tiffany Taylor.
How do we go from that to this?
And now we in hell, child.
Yeah.
It's giving
Keanu
2008 to 2016 election.
Rachel Riley is there and y'all get it to Keanu?
Girl,
what the fuck was going on?
The girls love them some Keanu. I never got it. Never saw it.
Do they?
So many people love Keanu. The casuals.
Oh my God.
Yep. And then we do get to the triple. Josh is the HOH winner. And girl, he starts betraying the girls. Except Helena and Kevin, of course, because he nominates JC Lynn, Marty, and then Summer. And baby, Summer didn't like that.
Joshua, yes. When I asked you during your campaign if you would put me on the block, you said no. So why the did you lie? It doesn't make any sense. It makes absolutely no sense.
I wasn't even trying to lie. In the moment,
you
honestly.
Lied. I asked you, would you put me up?
In the moment, I barely even thought about anything. And
but we talked about it before.
Because I knew that if you were...
No, you're putting me at risk, my guy. I asked you.
In the moment, I just picked people.
You lied to me. You lied to me.
I love this moment because Summer is such a bubbly person 99% of the time. She was dead ass. She was not playing. There was no jokes. There was no giggle. Bitch, what's wrong with you? You lied to me. Honestly, she should have voted his ass out.
My heart literally, like, this whole live triple, well, live, but watching it in the moment, I was like, oh my God, like, this actually feels like I was betrayed because of Josh putting up something, like, seeing her reaction. But then Betty being in the room, like, this keeps rewinding in my head every time I see this, like, whole, like, even this picture right now, I'm like, ooh, like, Betty sitting there confused. She's, like, trying to figure out what is going on. And she's thinking, okay, maybe, like, Josh is just, you know, having a moment. And then for her to be backstabbed by him too, like, I don't know, like, that it's just that sinking feeling in it's like your heart just, like, sinks.
Yeah.
And, it was like the end of the world for me.
This was bad. I was out there calling him all types of words. Woo, baby! I was calling him all types.
Oh, and you know what Josh said in the end?
I feel bad how bad I was on his neck during.
No,
the
I was on
season.
his neck real bad. That was
like,
we was baby
bad.
podcasters. We was new to this. We
No,
was young.
You know what? You know what Josh ended up saying in the end when Kevin was like, "Do you need something?" He's like, "Yeah, a cookie."
He did need a cookie. He did need a cookie from this. This was crazy. Honestly, I don't even mind. I don't mind much the Summer thing considering the positioning of it all. It was the Betty. I was like, ooh,
right.
If I was Betty, I would be mad, baby.
Yeah. But this actually this wasn't the only fight during this triple at all, child. Because even Helena got bucked.
A little bit, right? I'm just wondering why you would preach you're my number one. You're my number one in this game. It's bullshit. Everything you say. Everything you say. Actually, I'm not gonna go down to your level. I'm not gonna do this right now. I just don't understand how your brain works. It doesn't make sense.
Ooh.
Even yesterday in the pantry, I just asked for a little bit of respect. Respect? The way you spoke to me, you talked down to me. First of all, everything's correct. You act like I'm have nobody. Shut the hell up and do not talk to me. It's just the lack of respect for me. The entire game you're gonna go. And
She gagged.
I was gagging rewatching this triple. I said, "Oh, these bitches had beef for real." Because of course, JC Lynn expected them to choose Gino before the triple. They eliminated Gino, so Jason is done with Helena and Kevin. Of course, Summer trusted Josh, so she's done with Josh. Betty is done with Josh after this, and this triple is a perfect example as to how Kevin really positioned himself to reap the benefits of the moves the trio was making, while they did not. They left with people upset with them, angry with them. Summer said she wouldn't even give Josh her vote at the end. They were done. Helena at this point probably lost a lot of respect from people. Like it's sad because I think they were playing the game they thought was best. It was the game that got all of them to the end, but is it the winning game? And I think that's the hard thing to differentiate in a game like Big Brother. Like, are you playing to get to the end or are you playing to win? And I do think Kevin is an example of someone who was playing this game to win.
I would just like to say, watching this back, it made me feel so bad. Let me tell you something. Summer having to do her exit interviews with Martin was crazy. Having her sit there, she did not like anything Martin had to say. Occasionally, Gino, she should have had her own time because she ate the sim. Summer is probably one of the better players on this season as well. And we will rank the girls and she will get her just due. But I hated that every exit interview you watched of her, it had to have Gino and it is so sick. My poor sister, she deserves a better exit press moment because that was nasty.
Yeah, that actually does suck. Like I didn't even think about that because usually I don't be tapped into the exit interviews like that. I'd be so sad when my fave go home. Like, I don't even want to watch this shit. Yeah. But now I'm kind of happy I didn't because I would not have wanted to see Marty sitting next to her the whole time at all.
She was funny though. She was making faces, and we lived for her. Yeah,
I live so bad. But yeah, after this week, Betty essentially she is done with Josh, at least temporarily. She does win the next HOH. And she nominates Josh.
Hosted by Ika. You didn't mention that.
Yes. I mean, Ika was on video, but hey, COVID.
Hey, yeah, Ika's just saying.
Like, and we have to take what we have.
We'll allow it.
She was looking good regardless. So yeah, she even nominates Josh, but it really doesn't matter. Helena wins the veto, doesn't use it. Of course, Helena and Kevin are not evicting Josh, but I do know by the end of that week they did gain some more camaraderie, so much so that at the final four, Josh won the HOH and the veto, and he protected Betty, and they gave Helena for it. So it was like, okay, going into this final three, it seems to be Josh and Betty versus Kevin. It was looking like, hold on, could Betty be the winner of this season? I was scared.
Betty was doing work with Josh, and it's because she was just being very real with him. She's like, at the end of the day, baby, they're working together. They've been working together this whole time. You took out Summer. Now look at you. I'm mad at you. Kevin and Helena are still great with each other, and you're just sitting here. Like, she was giving him the real, and that's when he finally woke up for the first time in forever. And I do think it had to be Betty because of their relationship. If it was anyone else, I don't think he would have even saved Betty with the veto at that time that he did. But good on her. She ate, period.
Oh, I don't remember this.
They did.
Helena and Kevin went back and forth a lot between JC and Josh for who they evict.
Yes, that is true. There was a big debate about who they should vote for. And when Kevin did choose to evict JC, he regretted it because while Betty was mad at Josh, like she still blamed Kevin for it. And so they were trying to pretend like they weren't good, but Kevin clocked it immediately. He was like, y'all, like, not to them, but he was like, y'all are trying to pretend like y'all aren't in good graces with each other when you guys are back in each other's good graces. And he beat himself up a lot for JC Lynn's eviction.
The crazy thing is Helena should have been beating herself up for the JC Lynn eviction. Her ruining or that relationship being tarnished and then her feeling like she needed to take out JC Lynn at that moment, I think was bad for her game because Josh is closer to Kevin. So you keeping Josh over JC Lynn, it's like, honestly, you probably should have made sure JC Lynn and your relationship never got severed and evicted Josh over her because Josh is literally the reason Kevin gets to the end and wins the game. If Josh is gone and it's you, JC Lynn, Betty at the end, it's like, baby, you kind of got it. You kind of have room to maybe even JC Lynn taking you to the end and you winning the game. I think Helena should have been way more pushy on Josh going home in that moment, and she should have made sure she didn't sever that relationship with JC.
Do we know JC Lynn's win equity? I don't remember.
0, hopefully.
The jury...
Actually, I think it was good. I think it was good. I do. Unfortunately.
That's why I'm like...
I don't remember exactly who was on the jury, but I do think Gino being in the jury, Marty being in the jury could have
It was
gone
Moose
both.
Herman.
I think Summer was not. This is based off memory. I didn't, but like I think Summer did have some issues with JC Lynn post
Yeah.
even the
Shit.
eviction. I don't know if we would have voted for her necessarily, and I can't remember who else was on the jury. I wouldn't say that her win equity was zero. Like when an alliance, when let's go back to the math. Statistically, showmances do so well in Big Brother Canada or just Big Brother in general. And when they both make it to jury, the odds of one of them winning just go exponentially because someone will be advocating for you or you make it to the end together. Like there's nothing more dangerous than a showman. So I think to say that she didn't have any would be wrong, but I do think what was great about this jury is that they recognized game. Were they better? Maybe, perhaps, yes. But at the end of the day, they could sit down and recognize gameplay.
Yeah. I think the issue is that by the top 5, considering this, looking at this final 3, they all had the best win equity. I think JC Lynn and Helena were losing against any of these 3 people here.
Well,
and that's
not. Some people in the chat are saying that Jason Lynn had high win equity.
I know. I think Moose was also advocating for JC Lynn. I don't have the jury in front of me, so it's hard to remember.
So Helena losing to everybody.
Josh's win equity was lower than I know Kevin, and I believe it was going to be close between Josh and Betty, but I'm pretty sure I remember Betty was probably going to inch out a win. I know some of the jurors later said, "Oh no, I was going to vote for Josh," but I mean, again, they were bitter in the moment. So
I remember it being close with Josh and Betty allegedly, and I remember it being.
Sorry, I remember being shocked that Josh had a lower win equity than I thought because Josh does play a very good game. And I remember the feeling I had was I'm surprised that Josh's win equity is lower. Like I thought between the 3 of them, no shade, love Betty down. But like in terms of like strategic gameplay, I don't think that was her strong suit. I think her social game was and how real she was and how entertaining she was. But gameplay wise, I was surprised by how low it was for Josh.
Yeah. I remember thinking he should have taken Betty because that would have been his better chance. I think he still could have lost against Betty potentially. Yeah. But even then, I think he got blown out by Kevin. No shame.
No shame. I mean, hey, Kevin was eating this fucking game up. Like, I mean, this was such an iconic game. Like, it's something that like really should be studied for real. Like, it's really impressive. Like, even like going through this season on his retrospective, I'm just like amazed at like so many of the things that he had a hand in doing. Some of the stuff I even forgot about, yeah. So it's like it's so interesting. He's a really interesting winner.
I think I also remember like even up until this final 3, like Kevin was still working hard on Josh. Am I remembering that correctly?
Yeah,
like Kevin was working on Josh, and did Josh like initially he was gonna vote out Kevin, but then he flipped?
Yeah. It was to the point Betty had worked on Josh the prior week, which is why he saved her, and he was on the Betty train. And then Kevin worked on Josh during this week, and then he kind of flipped his mind to save Kevin. And it's like, Josh, you're too fucking easily convinced. Damn.
That is crazy.
I remember everyone's reaction to him cutting Betty. Like, wasn't there a viral reaction of reacting to it or something? Like, I just remember all of us being like, what?
Well, I do have a clip.
Period.
This is the hardest decision I've ever had to make in this game. Someone who's been by my side the whole time. We've battled it out. They've honestly played the best game here, I think. And I think they give me the most fighting chance against the jury. So I'm going to have to vote to evict. My best friend, Betty.
Damn.
She was hurt, honey.
Josiane, do you remember when you said like the gummy bear moment like brings you back to that moment with your cousins every time?
Yeah.
This moment brings me back with me and my aunt just sitting in the same room watching this final 3. We're thinking Betty's gonna win. Betty's gonna win. We're both cheering because we both loved her. and then he evicts her, and we both look at each other and we gasp out loud. I don't gasp out loud like that, like just naturally, but I was upset first of all because I was like, what the fuck? Like
Yeah.
I'm with my Betty goggles the whole time. But also like just the concept of that was crazy. Like what? A final 3 blindside? Like whew.
What are we doing? Do y'all feel like
Yeah.
this is giving Anthony Lexus Bailey? Like, does Josh genuinely think Betty will beat him easier than Kevin the same way Anthony claims he genuinely thought Lexus was going to beat him over Bailey?
I think
Allegedly.
I think Josh thinks he wins because I think if he thought he was losing regardless, I think he would have picked Betty. Like that's what I genuinely think. I think Josh is a good person. Whereas if he knows that he's losing regardless, he's picking Bailey, not Betty. Not to take away from Kevin and who he is as a person, and that's just based off what we see. And I think during the speeches, that's my favorite thing about the finale. It's the person speaking, not only advocating for themselves, but seeing the person beside them react to, like, you know how perception is reality, and realizing like, well, everyone has a different perspective of how things went down, and there's things that I'm not privy to. And having Kevin stand up there and just advocate, like he was gagged. I don't think he really clocked what he was about to do, which was slaughter him at that final 2. Like that, it was crazy. It was crazy.
I agree. The chat says that he should have evicted Kevin at Final 4, Betty at Final 3, and go to Final 2 with Helena. Yeah, he would have won the game in that world.
Nasty.
But I think he's too emotionally tied to the game. I think he has such a great relationship with Kevin and Betty that he just preferred Kevin and Betty. But I do think he could have evicted Kevin at 4th, honestly.
I don't know if he necessarily wins against Helena if Kevin goes out at 4. The game never stops.
Yeah.
Like every time
Kevin does advocate.
They tell me you go in the jury and the game never stops. Like having Kevin, who is known to literally lawyer up and have to advocate his number 1, like that, like I don't know, like Helena does play a good game. Like he could have maybe softened the blow. Kevin has the ability to. So I don't know if that's even true.
That's true.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
At the end of the day, Josh's best chance was literally just evict Kevin in this position. And then it's basically like up in the air at that point. Because again, the jury was close. They were like, should we vote Betty? Should we vote Josh?
But that's why I feel like with Josh, his problem was when we were 5 weeks ago, when we were like, should you vote out Tanisha? Because I think it's a mixture of the people in the jury aren't here to advocate for you because you've turned on them. And then also the first 2 in the jury, instead of it being Tanisha, it's Moose and Herman when you were closer to Tanisha. So it's like, she's someone who could have been a better advocate if you stay loyal to her. She's in the jury instead of Moose because he was nominated. Also, Summer, if she's not upset at you, then maybe she can be in the jury advocating for you. It's like, you've pissed off all of the allies you have in the jury, and then you've taken out some of your allies before they made it to jury anyways. So it's like, girl, no one's there for you. No shade. But hey.
This is, I think, the most intricate part of the game. Like how meticulous you have to be about how you send people home and when do you send people home. Because you want to go into the game. Everyone preseason, or not preseason, in the beginning, before the jury, is talking about jury, right? And I think this is a conversation we had in the last season of US of like forming your jury, who you want in your jury. And that is very good, thoughtful gameplay. Who should you want in your jury? Who can advocate for you, or who can vote for your style of game that you're going to play? Who can respect you? Who can maybe put their feelings aside, or that you can count on to be bitter against someone else? Like those are things that you have to think about now in this era. And I feel like it was so evident through Morgan, through Ashley in this last season, because Vince, like they were really pushing that conversation forward. And that was something that I think people internally, the winners internally, were thinking about. Josh's fault here is that I don't think that Josh doesn't play a game that merits a win. I think the issue here is that he doesn't set himself up to win with the game that he does have. Because if he sends home Helena and Kevin home or in the jury early on so that they could advocate for his gameplay, it could soften the blow. But it would require for someone else to do the move for him and things like that.
Yeah.
But he was in a position to have to really carry out those needs for him to win. Like that's ultimately the issue. Helena needs Kevin to go early to win. Like Kevin doesn't need that because he gets that avenue regardless because of his seed planting from the beginning of the game. Like it's a masterpiece.
You have to give tens. You have to give tens, mama.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then so Josh cuts Betty, and this is our final two. I don't have any clips of the speeches, but Kevin really ate his up. You could tell the jury was really
Yeah, he did great.
They had the energy. No shade, Josh. It was kind of slipping. After making a move like this, the jury speech not hitting like that. He wasn't answering the questions as confidently. Like Kevin, you could tell he really prepped this out. It just felt like this is something like Kevin waited his whole life to do, and he just takes it home, child. He is the winner of BB Can 10. I mean, how would y'all say y'all feel about his win this many years later? 8-1. Who's the one? Betty?
Yep.
Yeah, Betty votes for, and again, it's giving Dan Giesling I can't. It's like y'all look at the material. Like I can't be the only one who was seeing the evidence in front of me. Like, come on, it's giving Canadian Dan Giesling. Shoot me. Oh, I'm being real. Kevin is. I don't know if I'm speaking too ahead, but I think I can attribute it to him. I think he's the best BB Can winner. Truly, I think I can say that. I don't think we have seen the worst position you can be in the game of Big Brother is to be the replacement nominee on week 1. That is the worst. Ultimately, I don't like. I'm sure there's data out there that I could do, but I can tell you based off my experience, that is the worst position to be in. And from him to be in that position, and then to become the winner, someone who was supposed to go home week 1, to me is incredible. We've talked about Kevin Martin and Paris and things like that, but what is interesting about Kevin is that he doesn't win jack shit. Like he is a phenomenal social and strategic player. Those are my favorite players. We recognize the importance of winning competitions in this game 100%, but the ability to wield power, to control people, structure dynamics, be able to clock the tea with information that you have, to set yourself up early on in the game to be the winner of Big Brother Canada season 10. It's excellent. He is one of the best winners that we've seen. And like I have never had to defend his win at all, and I sure hope I will never have to, because it's right there. It's incredible. It's incredible. Maybe he did win one veto, but child, did he need it?
Yeah, he won a veto. He used it on Josh. It was a pivotal. Honestly, he used it well.
Shit, one win, but I mean, it wasn't even. Anyways, all that to say,
I mean, just to add on to that, like I think a lot of like when people think of best BB Can winner, it's always I feel like I've always seen a debate between Dane and Kevin, but I do agree that I think Kevin is the better winner over Dane, because yes, can Dane win competitions? Sure, that's part of the game. Okay, but Kevin not being able to win competitions, how does that matter if his social game is able to prevent that? If you have to win comps, clearly you're doing something wrong in your social game, because that's like one, like, you shouldn't have to win comp if you can just social game your way to the end, and that's what Kevin does. That's why I'm like, okay, the people who think Dane is a better winner, maybe they value competition wins more, which I don't necessarily value
at all.
So I guess you have other people who are like, well, you need to be good in all 3 facets: social game, strategic, and comp ability. So there's like different ways to analyze it. So it's like I can't get mad at people for saying Dane is a better winner, because that's just their criteria. But I'm with you, Josiane. Like the fact that he didn't need to win anything, really, like even that one veto, he still used it in a really good way. And it's like it's great to have a competition win, like to have an HOH as well. That's great. Which another thing, like he didn't win an HOH and he was still able to win 8-1. That speaks volumes of what kind of player he is.
It's way more impressive that he does win without winning any HOHs, in my opinion, than the latter. Because I know the argument is Dane. I feel like with Dane's game, it was a great game. He's very social, but also he was helped by the fact that he was able to win those HOHs and gain those allies through those HOHs. Kevin did it all within himself, with his social game, with his words, you know, and I find that way more impressive personally. Someone asked overall, even including US. For me, Kevin's top 5. Honestly, even including US,
Maybe
like
top
he's
three.
up. Honestly, maybe top 3, maybe number 1.
Yeah, I feel strongly about top 3.
I do as well, honestly. But
You know, and I definitely agree with everything y'all are saying. I think that he is such an impressive winner, and I feel like to me, he won in what the true essence of Big Brother is. Like, I don't think competitions is a fair way to rank anyone's game. I don't care if you won the most in Big Brother history. I mean, look at Janelle. Is Janelle a top tier player? Like, let's just be real. Not to be shady, but
I mean,
it's the truth, you know. So it's like at the end of the day, look at Jag. Like, come on now. So it's like,
oh Lord,
so
he
many
doesn't even count. He got evicted.
doesn't
Anyways,
do anything for me.
Yeah. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't mean anything. I don't think that's a good argument. Like, honestly, I'd be more impressed if someone said, well, Dane is a great player because his social game was phenomenal, so much to the point where he beat Anthony Douglas, who is arguably one of the better players. I think that's the best argument for Dane, honestly, is the fact that Anthony is such a great player and he unanimously won. Didn't Dane play like not a perfect game, but he unanimously won. So stuff like that, I'd take more of that as an argument, but girl, I still don't agree. I still think Kevin is better.
maybe I'm too biased on Anthony, but I do think Anthony. Anyways, that's why I wasn't on the panel for 7. That's why I wasn't on the panel for 7. Yeah.
But also, like, he knows how to play against adversity. Like, he played from the bottom of the season.
Yeah.
He was able to put himself at the top. He was able to pull people in that seemingly would not have worked with Kevin if they had just looked at him, or if they walked down the street, like, would they stick out of themselves to go say and speak up to Kevin? You know what I mean? Like, he came in as this like underdog, this underestimated person. And so for him to be able to forge these relationships that like catapulted him to his win, it's just really impressive. Like, you have to give 10s. You do.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people still are upset about some of the things that transpired throughout the season and things like that. But I think if we're strictly talking game, like, Kevin is top tier. Like, you have to give him 10s, 1,000%.
Period.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, another shout out we didn't mention, but I like how they actually, like, production or the casting team, whatever, they casted 2 non-binary contestants, and
yes,
that I love because that just like it actually, like, me and my aunt were able to have so many more conversations about that because she didn't necessarily know the topic that much about it, and I was able to like explain to her, and she was like, okay, I'm understanding it more, like, and I that's like the one thing that like stands out for me. It's just like how diverse in that sense BB Can really is. Like, I don't even know if we had BBUS contestants who later came out, but they didn't like actively cast anybody.
No, ever. BB Canada does so great with the LGBT representation. Even BB Can 9 had so many in the house, and it was only 14 players. This season had so many LGBT players. Like, they really, when they mean diversity, they go diverse. They don't just add 4 Black people and call it a day. And that's shade to BBUS. Happy on it.
Yeah, I think representation is so important. Our country is huge. Okay, like for me to go to Vancouver, it would cost me less than to go to the Bahamas. Like, that's what I mean. It's huge. Like, it's difficult to even travel across our own country, to be honest, because of how big it is. But there's something so beautiful about being able to see an Indigenous person on TV. Like, I had never encountered an Indigenous person, but I have now. I have life experience, and I've been now in a lot of spaces where I've been able to have the privilege of meeting Indigenous people. But I remember the first time, it might have been on Big Brother Canada, like seeing my first time. And I don't know if I can attribute non-binary, but I'm leaning towards yes. Like, I think that was the first time I saw at least a non-binary person on TV in Canada. I think I had like maybe encountered Twitter users, but like that's not the same. Like, you're seeing someone via a screen, and even then you're not group chats with them, whatever. So I think that's the beauty and and what Big Brother Canada represents, the essence of a country and the realities that we live within this country. Like, it is, I don't know if accurate is the right word, but it's very clear that you are plucking people from across the country. And across our country, there's just so much diversity, and it's being reflected in the casting choices. So, y'all, I don't know what we need to do to bring Big Brother Canada back. Get those signatures up, y'all. People are still signing.
Go sign it. Go sign.
Go sign now, as a matter of fact.
Send your emails. I don't know. Bring it back, y'all. Like, we need this more than ever. Like,
something.
Let's celebrate.
Just to piggyback on that, like, I feel like in Big Brother in general, like, Big Brother Canada was the first introduction, I feel like, to a lot of diversity within the Big Brother space. Like, before the BIPOC era, BB23 onward with BBUS, like, it was the first time I saw a lot of diversity within a Big Brother game, and it was so interesting. So I really hope Big Brother Canada comes back, because they are just really good at representation. Like, there were so many moments throughout this season where they spoke about, Jess and Jay being non-binary and systemic racism and things like that. Like, they had these strong conversations, and they showed them as well, so it's a learning lesson. And I just really enjoy that. I do. But we can go ahead and quickly tier rank these girls and get up out of here, Chocolate. This is a long one. My bad, y'all.
Well, look, it's your first season that you
I'm
guys
here to fight about who's on Mother tier once again.
Oh,
yes. Lee likes to play around.
Yeah, prepare to be here for another 20 minutes. Okay.
As long as Lee's correct.
I'm not fighting with you bitches, okay? Whatever y'all say is gonna go.
We'll see. Because every time.
Okay.
All right.
Melina.
Oh, yes.
Kaya. Jay. Kaya. No shade.
Above Melina, but still a Kaya for me. Sorry.
Stephanie. Kaya.
Who?
Her fight with Moose was kind of her fight with Moose and her exit.
Her being a blind. I do remember. I remember that pick.
I think she's in maybe Cha.
I'm okay with Cha.
I was gonna say that. Yeah.
We have a Cha.
Yep. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, we're doing good.
Anisha, are we judging based off the season or based off current day knowledge?
And that is a good question to ask. And I will point to the other panelists to make that decision.
That's a good question. Honestly, because for me in the season,
mid,
for in the season, it wasn't even that. It's not like she was Mother Camp. She could just let's average it out and put her in Child.
Well, wait, because I didn't know anything what you guys said about Tanisha. I did not know this before, so now that's like shocking to me. Like before this, I was thinking, okay, she's giving me like mid energy.
Yeah.
But who's your current child?
I think we can average. I think we average.
Put her above Stephanie.
Yeah, I think we can average it out. Like she would have been mid, but child.
That is crazy though. Like
girl, shut up. Mind you, no one asked. Just
Chop for me.
I'm not a fan.
Just
Child at most.
But Chop is crazy because Kyle is a Chop. Just
Child at most.
Back of Child.
They just, I don't know, they just pissed me off.
It was a no for me. That's all.
Okay. If y'all really, I'm feeling like very, I don't care that much. So if y'all really feel like Jess is a child, we can.
I mean, I think this is fine. I think we're there. Okay, fine.
Y'all didn't like them before, so
I'll give the positive that I really want to give them their 10s for is the fact that they did last as long as they did when they started off and everyone hated them, and it's because they went to work, they won that HOH. So I'm gonna give them their child, and we're gonna
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Barely.
Herman is camp for me.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I love Herman.
Definition of camp. Sorry.
My king. Next is Moose. I would agree camp. No.
He's camp. He's very campy. He's very campy. Honestly, I'm okay with bottom of camp. I wouldn't mind it because he is.
I was gonna say,
campy.
You know what? Because
starting the safety chain alone.
I think as a woman of the people and Black people, I'll put him in camp. But he could be mid. But
yeah, he was almost in mid
today. I'm feeling generous.
Now, what do we do with Gino fine as? Because I want to say mother for being fine.
This is why we argue. This is why would you put Gino in mother? This is why we all agree.
The body
that is crazy.
Well, no. I
would say mid at most. He let Martin get him every time, 3 times. No, you going in mid.
Theo, you said child?
Yeah, I didn't even.
I see child.
I wouldn't mind child.
I see time with child.
The thing is with Gino, like, I just don't think he plays that great of a game. First of all, and like, he's not really that great socially either. It's like his only real connection is JC Lynn, and you have Marty who keeps freaking betraying him. So it's like, and you're also giving boring. You're giving nothing.
No shade.
He's a very boring person.
Above who?
Stephanie.
I'm okay with him at the top. I think he can.
Yeah, I think he should be above Tanisha.
No shade. Or is it Black History Month and we making sure all the black people?
It's Black Women's History Month.
Ooh. I say we revisit.
Her crimes are against Black women, so it
can't. We gotta give her lashings. We gotta give her.
Well, also, if you ask me, like, I just liked, like, before I found out everything about her now, Tanisha would have been above Gino for me if I think about it now.
I think I'm just a whore because no shade. I'm like, wait, you know, Colombia be a minute.
I don't like. Do you guys really see it for him? Like,
No, I think he plays a very pivotal role in the season. To be honest, whether you like him or not, I do think it's because he benefits from pretty privilege. But alas, he does do that. He wins some HOHs. He's a part of iconic moments like Gummy Bear Gate. Like, that's why to me it's kind of given me.
Yeah, there's moments.
That was me being nice and generous. I'm very okay with him being in Child. I'm not gonna ask for no white man unless he really deserves it.
Oh, clock that T.
Next, we got Summer Mother.
Yeah,
Mother. I agree.
Period.
That's crazy that you wanted to put Gino in the same category.
And the same.
Oh, Chop. I'm in there.
Summer.
We can separate the category.
Wait, we didn't bring up Summer's whole, like, how she, like, got onto the show, because didn't she have, like,
that was messy.
Like, an enemy at
he
work?
Said my coworker that I don't like loves this show, and she wanted to be on the show, and so I applied just to be petty and get on the show. And
Petty LaBelle down.
And now she's doing commercials, and she's pursuing her actress career. She was meant for the TV screen, so thank you to the coworker who pissed her off enough to cause this chain reaction.
Literally. JC Lynn, Kaya?
Yes.
She's not Kaya. Come on.
I would say Hannah Kaya.
Sorry.
She's not Kaya. JC Lynn arguing with Helena. We just pulled a clip. We did not even put.
All I saw in that clip was Helena. I didn't even remember.
And who was eating her up? We're not going to put her in Kaya. I'm not going to advocate for her to be higher
than Child.
Child, maybe above Steph.
Yeah, definitely above Steph. Are we kidding? Yeah.
Wait, but I would put her.
You guys would put Steph over JC. Come on.
Oh, no,
I mean, I want to Steph in Asylum. Yeah.
I'm just thinking.
I
would put. I mean, I personally would put JC Lynn over Gino.
I
would put Tanisha at the top, but
me too.
Because like that's what's messing me
up. You guys, this Kaya stuff is someone who is unforgettable, or like who's
forgettable.
That you can't remember. You're gonna tell me you don't remember JC?
Didn't remember JC Lynn until I turned
on BB Can 10 last week to start prepping for this. I did not remember anything about JC Lynn.
I agree.
Yeah, and then you watched the show. So
and I still don't remember nothing about
it. No, you guys are no. You guys this is a problem. JC Lynn did way more than Gino did, and we are putting Gino above JC Lynn because of privilege. You are a part of the problem.
I think it's proximity to Summer.
You are a part of the system.
I think it's proximity to Summer. And Gino had a relationship with Summer.
I'm not advocating. I'm not advocating for white woman feminism, but let's be for real. Out of everyone in this category, JC Lynn runs circles around them. I'm sick. You got me defending
the clutch wins that she had too. Isn't that like?
Damn about this right shit. I really debate about JC Lynn.
JC Lynn. So wait. So where should we put her?
Above Gino.
I'm gonna let y'all have it. I don't care that much.
Let the Canadians have it because we're literally in Canada.
I guess this
We
y'all
remember our show
territory.
more.
Helena is mid for me.
Oh no, she's
I
camp.
would
Don't
say
play.
camp at least.
She's
It wasn't.
camp.
I would put her behind her mom.
I think the issue
Nah.
with her, the issue for me with her being in camp is like she's not necessarily campy, but I'll allow it.
I feel like she was.
I can't think of one campy thing.
Wait, I kind of
with
agree with
Kevin
Pharaoh
helps her
though. Like,
campiness.
Oh damn! Everybody
Helena's
talking. Hold on.
giving, yeah, but yeah, I agree with Pharaoh. I don't see her as camp, so being top of camp,
I
It
think
just doesn't feel right.
to me,
doesn't feel-
she's above Moose, but
Yeah.
I can make the argument that she is maybe not camp. To me, she's camp, but I am not the.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if you're not gonna put her in camp, then you have to also put Moose down.
Okay.
Well,
I
that
agree
was
with
gonna be
that.
my other thing. I mean, I saw Moose mid as well, but
I
agree.
agree. I'm here for this.
Is above.
All right, and that's a compromise that I'm willing to stand beside. Yes,
I think we can do this.
Period. Betty, mother.
Of course.
Period.
yes.
That was easy.
Josh, Chop.
Oh no, no.
Well, now that I've seen that,
Josh is camp. Him crying over Kevin leaving.
let's
Hilarious.
compromise.
That alone,
Maybe
that
Josh
alone.
is by his sister Helena. Top of mid.
I wouldn't be mad at that.
Maybe I'm throwing it out. I don't know if that's true.
I think Josh is camp. Y'all don't like his. You know, Josh serves the camp that you don't like. When we think Met Gala,
Okay,
we think
I
camp.
see it.
There was camp that we liked from
I
the
see
Met
it.
Gala that was camp, and there was camp that others don't like.
I
And
see
it's okay. It's subjective. But I
Yeah.
think Josh is camp.
He's at A camp.
Because
Maybe not
without
your
camp.
Josh's
He was at A camp.
decisions that pissed us off a lot of the time, like
Yeah.
we wouldn't have had what we had with Big Canada
Okay.
10. Well, we
But
would
there
have,
were
but
some
wouldn't have
sickening
to that.
moments because of Josh, and you might not have liked it, but it was camp.
That's true. He's the reason
Yeah.
Kevin won.
That's
You
why,
have
like,
to
looking
look-
back, it's like cutting Betty. We got that huge reaction in Final Three. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
at least there's
We got the
that.
final 3 reaction. Shit, the triple. Unfortunately,
He was looking camp right in the eye.
he was.
Period.
He was just at a different camp than me. That's all that was.
All
I
right.
said
And,
Camp
and
Kiki Waka.
lastly, we got Kevin.
Mother.
who
Yeah, that is
Kevin
so
Mother
bad.
Martin down.
Head mother in
That's so
charge. Any other adjustments?
No, I had y'all got me effed up. You got me defending JC Lynn. That was crazy. That was
That was a
crazy.
You
long
didn't have to.
segment,
You
too.
chose that. You chose that.
No, because that's common sense. That was common sense. And the people in the chat also agree with me. Because again,
Yeah.
I am a
Yeah,
woman
they
of the
wrong,
people.
too.
So
Dare I say
yeah,
that?
I mean,
Let me
okay,
shut
but
up.
guys, think about it. This is probably gonna be the last time you even like cover Big Brother Canada 10. So it's like
Yeah.
this tier ranking matters. It's not
That's
like
true.
episode by episode tier ranking where it's like, okay, well, who cares? Like
That's
we
what I
wouldn't
be
fight for
saying.
JC Lee then, but this is like the one and only one remaining. So
And that's why I'm like, we got to make sure this is right. There's somebody here that I'm like, can we move them down? But
who? Speak your
Okay.
truth.
Stephanie. Stephanie.
You would
Stephanie
where would
really
you put
could go
Stephanie?
down.
I'm just like, it's a lot of people in child, and I'm
If
like,
anything, boom.
No.
if anything, that
No.
no.
I
Jeff
actually
had
I'm okay
way
with
more
that.
impact in the game than Stephanie.
Yeah, they did.
If anything, that I
Stephanie,
still
I
say
really
I
remember
remember
Stephanie
Stephanie's gag face over Jess. But you know what? I advocated
it.
enough for the night.
No, the end. Every one of these
Okay.
retrospectives, you have been on white women neck. What's wrong with this one? You want to defend the white girl.
I want to be clear. It don't matter the race, except if it's a black person. They all catch the same
Period.
heat. If it's right, it's right. And if it's wrong, it's wrong.
Period.
Child.
I'll leave this alone. I'm not gonna say anything else. I think this is perfectly fine with me.
Yep.
Okay.
Period. Well, that is a wrap on BB Canteen, y'all. Let's get the fuck up out of here. Yeah, get into the recap schedule. We got a lot going on. Tap in. Join the Reality Rewind vote. We have the link in the description. It is now working. So send in your nominations. This is the time to send in what shows you want on that top 10 list to be voted for. We don't have that many. Okay, so your show can be into that top 10 nomination. Make sure you get your votes in now.
Period.
Go in the Patreon. Me and Pharaoh cut up and Kiki over there. It's a fun time. Get into the Discord. You can talk to the Royal Court. It's a fun time. And baby, that is a motherfucking wrap. Okay, let me remove this.
Period.
Thank y'all for keeping it real with the kingdom. We out.